Hey everyone, Hanz here. Happy old year, happy new year. Enjoying the last days of Yule. Hope you all are doing well, as always. And I'm going to, well, I'm not in the greenery obviously, but I'm not going to get into that. This is the counterpart video to the 10 recommendations for the men, the 10 recommendations for the women. It's going to be a bit longer. I thought it was necessary. It has been verified, so I I shall put it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm some professional or what have you. Most of you know this already, but hereby I say it again. In these points, you have to, inform your doctor or whatever it's going to be. Inform your local expert, professional, blah blah blah. You get the idea, right? But so I'm not a professional of any kind, and while having said that, I made these 10 recommendations because I think it might be helpful. I think that even that most ladies who watch my videos and have contacted me, I know that you are definitely onto some of the points I'm going to bring up already. It's not at a specific singular individual either. It's in general for all good women out there. And yeah, I'm just going to start reading. I hope that you can appreciate that Hans made the effort mm, to make this more fitting for the feminine mind. This is not necessarily something that, well, maybe some points, but several of them are. Uh, it's not really something that most men are going to comprehend that fully. And well, I hope you can appreciate the extra effort I made there. And I'll leave it up to you to decide whether Hans did a good job at it. Yeah, just going to begin. So I will do a lot of reading in this one. This is what it is. Recommendation number 1: enlarge your vocabulary. Your beauty may inspire, but without the fitting encouragements, that beauty cannot attain full potential. Express your feelings and ease the path to overcome evil women, or broken females, however you want it, more femlets, as I would call it, and have the worthy men defend you from the weak males that gaze upon you, that may set themselves upon you. By cry or song, use your breath. Recommendation number 2: have those that embrace the same values in your life. It's wise to bond with those of similar morality and overlapping virtue. Mind the bias spirit of the races in this. This can guide you. This can be a big help if you can look at it and understand it for what it is. Once you have a certain mastery, a certain understanding of it, you can garner the people around you who will give you mutual protection. And this helps also for yourself to differentiate between good men and broken males, or downright evil males, manlets, what have you. And thus, by extent, you will live a happier life, and perhaps also more satisfying, for all your efforts will go to people who will be giving you the mutual energies that you extend to them. Be in nature. Learn to be by yourself and to enjoy that time. Breathe deep and stretch your body. Forage. Learn about the local fauna and flora. Know where the monsters on the earth dwell, wise woman. Know where your men keep guard. Recommendation number 4: protect those who have earned that protection. Good men falsely slandered. Children captive by evil, the evil mothers that they are, yeah, captives to. Can you protect them with your spelling? Can you protect them with your voice and with your words? Can you give them social protection, if you will? Can you clamor for their safety? Do you have that ability? Do you have that speechcraft? It might be recommended to pursue it. Like the Valkyries, choose who falls, and by extent, you will choose who stands. The good man and the young, or the broken males and the evildoers. Recommendation number 5. Remember the ancestors. Your grandmothers chose men, true good men, capable, fit, mental and physical, over broken males. It is your sacred privilege to choose what bloodline earns the right to birth the next generation. Divana, Frigg, Rosmerta, Artemis, as many other deities, show that the divine is within you, and life can be born from you. Honor the great grandmothers of yore, who chose to give life to the noble ancestors. Recommendation number 6. What to look for in men? Self-assurance, emotional independence, physical prowess, mental acumen. The men that are willing to be a danger to what is dangerous to you. Healthy generosity, a joyfulness, and cooperativity. Can you work together with them? And of course, a sense of responsibility and guiding capacities that in some men can go a bit further and turn to leadership. Not every man needs to be a leader. That does not really make sense. You have leaders and, well, you might have followers, but a follower is not necessarily a thrall of any kind, right? Or a slave. A follower can have his independent capacities to guide at least his immediate family or what have you, while the leader, if you will, can do that plus look after a greater amount of people. So there is that. Recommendation number 7. Nourish well. Remove seed or vegetable oils out of your diet and only use natural sugars. Honey, sugar from fruits, that sort of thing. Learn to combine ingredients, how to use thyme and how to use fire. Comprehend nutrition. Know the basic healing arts and master midwifery, both for yourself as for your sisters and your daughters. Recommendation 8. Trauma. You know, the one that we don't like hearing about, the one that scares a lot of people, the dirty word. You have, however, been hurt. Your ancestors, our ancestors, have been hurt. Confront that pain and overcome it, so you may gain your authentic self and be truly ready to achieve whatever greatness you want to aspire yourself towards. Recommendation number 9. Pursue freedom. Free from the yoke of the miserable that seek to control you and use your body for their vile pleasures, their vile intentions. Recommendation number 10. Will you, in the wake of hearing all of this, join the dark sisterhood that runs away from trauma through sensationalism, drugs, fame, rock and roll? Or will you rather seek to create a sisterhood of life that respects the lover and mother archetypes, while also actually aspiring to the king archetype and the father archetype? Might be worth looking into. You might ask already, why a king? Why a father? Isn't that masculine? I can go deeper into that, but not in this video. It's not going to be near, like the machine is not going to hold out long enough for that. But try to look it up yourself and get an early glance, and Hanz will revisit it eventually, if that is what is required. The sisterhoods of life of the past have been smashed apart, but its natural participants are still alive and well today. Bonding the masculine solar energy with the feminine lunar energy may be a wise might be wise an act to do, let's put it like that. Basically bonding the solar and the lunar together and not picking one or the other. Most women suffered through childhood trauma, trapped by a participant of the dark sisterhood. And the choice that these women, when they became young women, these girls, the choice that was given to them is to either surrender and become a dark sister themselves, or to go free and create a new sisterhood. As certain as the organs in her body can create life, this life-giving ability will have to be complemented with the solar qualities, among which you will have bravery, honesty, decisiveness, confidence, and should you put such energy out, you can attract those who want to be spiritually warmed by that same energy. In a certain sense, you gain the energy that you put out. The sisterhoods of life are recognized, of course, by being open to good men and are able to honor the role of men. Cooperation can be mutually comprehensive when the lunar and solar are wed, and, or as Hanz would put it, when the lunar and solar team up, when they form a team, when they start working together, rather than oppose one another. When giving life to a community, a woman's judgment is a tool to bring the worthy men and women closer, and keep at distance the vile and or the controlling. So beware, there will be those vile and controlling types who will see this video, and they will have their supposed sisterhood of life set up with all the dressing up that it needs to fool people, but it is still just a dark sisterhood. So again, wisdom, insight, perceptiveness, apply it well, and maybe out of that, keep them at distance when you figure them out. A sisterhood of life, as life comes from nature, or nature in a certain sense is life, must understand that the sisterhood of life ought to understand that it is part of nature. It is part of nature, neither above nor below. Acknowledge this and gain satisfaction from a life lived lovingly. To close this point, I would say to those to whom this speaks, to whom these points speak, that be undaunted. Being a good woman, a noble woman even, takes a firm constitution and a divinely inspired willpower. Prepare accordingly and take the time that you require. And remember that the good man and the innocent need as much of your bravery as your warmth to be nourished by it. Life itself, good woman, calls out to you, and the choice, of course, is yours. And I think that is basically all that needs to be said. I managed to get it in there at the final day of the year, so I hope you can appreciate that as well. It may be vague, some of it, but it cannot be helped. I hope that in the future I can make videos that are more elaborate on all of these recommendations too, if that is required. I hope for you good women that you will make the next year even better than the one that has just gone by. And well, perhaps, hopefully, you have heard something here that will help you with that. And maybe in turn, for those who want to express the mother within themselves, that you can reach out to others while keeping your distance from those who are less deserving, let's just say. And maybe communities can grow out of it, a coming together. And we might have our curative going then, that will birth the good old days again. That the cycle basically renews. And don't women know more about cycles than anyone else? I think they should, right? With that said, you will have yourselves a good old year, a good new year, and have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.